There's a question everyone has been asking. Can Bronny James play in the NBA? And before you go ahead and yell your answer at the screen, there's a ton of context we need to establish before we even begin any type of prediction of the kid's future. First off, it's patently unfair to put a college freshman under this kind of scrutiny, especially one that missed 2 months of training and 2 months to start the season. Oh, and especially a player who had a cardiac arrest and heart surgery during all that time. But LeBron James himself bears some responsibility for this, considering he invited the scrutiny and kind of insulted his teammates all in one quote. Plus, he stated often that he intends to play on the same NBA team with Bronny.
I need to be on the floor with my boy. I got to be on the floor with Bronny. But I would love to do the whole King Griffey Sr. Jr. thing. That would be ideal for sure.
I wanted to see for myself how good Bronny is, so I went to the UCLA-USC grudge match at Pauley Pavilion on Saturday. We got access to their VIP room, which was kind of cool, and check out my seats. Pretty good, eh? When they came out of the court for warm-ups, it didn't start out great, but once he got moving around a little bit, he got this one to go down. The first thing you realize is that he doesn't start for the Trojans. I can only imagine how hard this must be being the son of a legend and all eyes being on you every second you're out there. And a quick check of his stats shows some pretty modest numbers in 20 minutes a game and has struggled to consistently make shots. One issue is that they've got a fifth-year senior guard named Boogie Ellis on this team who dominates the ball. And he should, since he's really good and put on a show against UCLA. So already there aren't a ton of opportunities for Bronny to do something with the ball. Half the time, he just runs his routes in the offense and doesn't get a touch. And I gotta say, while the Trojan offense did look a lot better than UCLA's, it also seemed haphazard at times with not a lot of direction and purpose. We did see them run pistol action, and this NBA set is where Bronny is most comfortable. Finally, there was some space to work with out top, and he just goes at his man for a really nice step back, elevating over the contest and dropping this clean through the net. Unfortunately, this was his only shot he took all night, so there wasn't a lot to go on. And it would be easy to dismiss him and just say he can't even start for a very mediocre college basketball team in a conference that's not very strong nationally anymore. But let's look at one of his best performances of the season against Arizona, notable because Boogie did not play in this game and Bronny got to start. And the first thing we should focus on is how good he is at long up-court passes, spotting teammates open and hitting them in perfect stride. These are plays not typically made by freshmen, so in terms of quick up-court vision, he is ahead of his years for both timing and accuracy. This one caught my eye, how quickly he can grab the loose ball, find the open man, and get the pass right to him, and it's something that he naturally does and will serve him well as a teammate. I even caught a little low post split action that finds him with a tough pull-up where his elevation off the floor helps to get this off. This Princeton action is very common in the NBA, and it's the one area where he's found success from behind the arc, as he finds a lot of space when the switch is too slow. His three-point shooting has been a struggle for him, but he has found success with one particular play that he'll get in the NBA a lot. The pistol on the right side has him coming off the pin down into a handoff to his left, where his shooting hip and elbow are already aligned to the hoop. He's got this shot down, and Coach Enfield would be wise to find more of this action for Bronny. He is a good cutter, and here they run him off a backdoor screen from the point guard spot for the nice layup. Anyone who wants to dismiss Bronny out of hand needs to sit this one out, since I see plenty of evidence of a promising player. Someone you need to see in person to really figure this out, and that's where SeatGeek comes in, when you want the best place to find tickets to concerts, sporting events, or the theater. I've got my eye on some Billy Joel and Sting tickets, and I know I'll be getting a great deal based on the grade SeatGeek gives on the price. I've got a new code that gets you 10% off all of your ticket orders for a limited time. So download the app, use my code BBALL10, and save money on all your tickets. If you're too timid, you'll miss out on deals, just like Bronny misses out on some field goal attempts, not looking at the basket on his catches, and just preferring to get it out of his hands fast in an effort to move the ball. For a normal freshman who's not on an NBA trajectory, that's no big deal. Typically, the players who are going to play 1 year in college and get drafted display a whole other level of aggressiveness that make them look like men among boys. He's also very good at lifting both feet and splitting on the catch in order to explode on a drive. He does this almost exclusively to his left, and I was frustrated seeing how often the lane was clogged because USC big men just hang around the mid-post area so much. But check the athletic ability and body control in the air through contact. A play like this would get NBA scouts excited. And there's evidence of advanced skill off this move, like the off-foot runner to get it off before getting too close to a very clogged lane. But, as is common among many freshman guards, he can get too timid at the end of his drives, probably out of fear of making a mistake, and these hesitations enable the defense to make plays on him. Even a play that resulted in an assist for him should have been a shot, but turns into an awkward pass that luckily found its target. And his decision-making at this speed needs to improve as he misses the chance to generate a wide-open corner three to force one up over a big that had been waiting for him. But he also shows an advanced feel for the game on some of these drives to hit cutters to the lane, as he goes along the baseline, which pulls the defenders farther down and opens up a nice find for the assist. More evidence of how explosive he can be attacking off the catch to his left, he recognizes more quickly that the help is waiting for him, so he drifts through the air to open up the angle for the nice bounce pass that leads to a layup. Defensively, he doesn't make a lot of plays, partly because they play a lot of zone, but he is active on this end and has a great body that is strong and can handle contact well. In time, he could be a very effective defender. Playing from behind happens all the time in the NBA, and check his effort to get back in front to contest this shot into a miss. However, he also makes very typical freshman mistakes that can drive a coach nuts, like falling asleep as his man backdoors him. However, look at the explosion to recover and force this into a miss. Wow. It happens again as he gets caught ball watching, and this time his man makes the pass for the dunk. And the other mental mistakes that, again, are very typical for first-year players pop up, like coming off his bread-and-butter pistol for the three, missing it, holding his follow-through way too long, which allows an easy run-out that even his superior speed can't catch up to. This was a great read to backdoor his man, and despite the sloppy footwork, he gets to the rim but can't finish through the legal verticality. Upset they didn't get a call and missed the shot, he hangs his head, is left way behind the play, and it directly leads to Arizona getting a 5-on-4 and an open corner three ball to extend their lead at home. Of course, the controversy was raised a notch after LeBron weighed in on Bronny being removed from ESPN's 2024 mock draft board, as he should be. Bronny simply is not ready to play in the NBA in the fall of 2024. I'd love to see him go through an entire offseason of training with his college team, and with Boogie Ellis gone next year, his usage should skyrocket. And then we'll get to see a very athletic lead guard with incredible explosiveness and a mechanically sound jump shot perform in Division I college basketball games. Only then will we get a handle on whether he can make the next jump to the NBA. And it remains to be seen whether LeBron can hang on that long to play alongside him. Hey everybody, if you couldn't tell, I've got laryngitis, which is why I had to use the AI for yesterday's video, and I know everyone was really bothered by it, but if you could, give it a watch anyway. I'd really appreciate it. It would help me out a lot, and I hope that my voice will be back in great shape for the next video. So thanks.